Hi, you guys. How are you? I hope you're easing into this lovely winter season 2020. We are another day closer. Welcome, returning subscribers. Welcome, newbies. If you just stumbled onto my channel, I use the tarot with astrology. Don't let the astrology intimidate you. It just makes it easier for me to tell you the story of what's going on. And so that's all you really need to listen to. I will throw in the jargon, but it's just no big deal, okay? This reading is about PEB elect, his daily PDB briefing he gets. This one for today because I wanted to see what that was in relationship to all the news since Christmas Day and the weird increase in violent attacks with this pew, 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 pew. Okay. And then at the end here, I am going to comment on that last video 4 that I did because it seemed like there were a lot of questions that you guys had and trying to pull it all together. So that's what I'm going to do. So welcome. So let's get started. This, I was, just checking in with my usual daily Taroscopes. And this one, I was like, oh man, I got to share this one with them. So we are still in the lunation from the Capricorn Aries quarter moon that was on December 21st, which was the first day of winter, which was also the great Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. This is very revealing. So the thing that's driving this PDB that he got today, this is the P-Boys. They're really proud, the P-Boys, the 10 of Cups. They see themselves as like a family. This is what they do. And it's about them, the 9 of Rods, the 9 of Wands. This is being able to defend oneself and hold the fort. Reversed, they can't defend anymore, but they're very proud and they have big egos and they're feeling shut out from access to power. The elites have it. No, democracy has that access to power with the next swearing in of 46. Okay. So that was this is the driving energy behind that PDB today. It's on the ascendant, the sign in the eastern horizon that gives life to this chart, gives life to this particular reading. And so in this area, we have the first house of identity. Who am I? What is this PDB about? We have the King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Pentacles is candidate Donald. Reversed is he's no longer a candidate and he is probably short on funds, doesn't have the money, doesn't have the coin. It's running out. Now, this Taroscope said, if this is energizing the chart, look to the major reasons why. It said to look here, to him, and then to this house, this area here, which has to do with one's faith, philosophy, and the law. The Ace of Pentacles. This is reclaiming or assuming and having faith in having the ultimate power, the primary source of power and money. So that's related to loser candidate. In this area of secrets, we have, the astrology said, look to Libra, I balance. This is usually associated with Putin, how he makes sure he has everything in check and balance for him, not for everybody else, but this is how he likes to balance things. We have the Two of Swords. That's a separating of. This is a separating of by these P-Boys and them kind of going on their crazy defense scheme to separate out those who are less than or a threat by any means necessary, because the hidden enemy is Don Julio's pain, this black moon Lilith, because it's come to an end and there will be a price to be paid with the death card. The astrology, the tarot said at that moon, the chariot, because so many things are in motion, okay? That chariot card is at the top of the chart. Crowning Washington, D.C. is kind of chaos, wheels falling off. Here in this area of friends, hopes, wishes, humanitarian efforts, we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles has been very active because I did Taroscope over Nashville, Music City, and I did a longer check-ins regarding what do these domestic acts look like. And the Seven of Pentacles keeps showing up. If this is the PDB for PEB elect, he knows that a defeated Don Julio has a stockpile of P-boys and actions and what they're planning to do in relation to power and money and influence. And like I said, what's crowning Washington, D.C.? We have the yes card, meaning someone is absolutely in possession of, the point person of, causing chaos, causing riots, causing disruption. And that is related to P-boys and a loser. This is the PDB, the daily, personal, the brief. This area of philosophy lands far away. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, power, money, philosophy. This has to do with extremists as well. We are so extreme in our ideas that we have to hold the power no matter what. And a lot of that messaging comes from Stubb. We call him Stubb because when he was KGB, he was short and he was the coffee boy. And that's what they called him, and he hated it. So Stubb is also working on the messaging and the deception. It's really interesting because this planet Neptune that's associated with, illusion, imagination, spirituality, deception, gaslighting, it's conjunct the asteroid Moscow right now. Interesting. This area of shared resources, the 8th house, life, death, transformation. The Four of Cups is, these guys are in wait. The P-boys are waiting for the clue, the cue. Let's go. I have another cup here to fill you up. Just wait. Hold tight. The tarot said the Two of Wands reversed was the most important here, which is a plan that went awry. We're doing something else. Not as good of a choice, but this is it. In this area, we the people, partnerships, opposition, the enemy is how Don Julio sees us. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. This is creating a lot of instability, a need to transform the results of the election by manipulating. There's a magic card reversed. This is why there's so much action that they want to undertake. Day-to-day activities, nightmare, the Nine of Swords. It's a nightmare for so many reasons that, Don Julio has abdicated his position. He is creating a nightmare for everybody, public servants, defense. PEB is being more outspoken about how there's a lot of obstruction going on by DOD and not sharing information. I will tell you, I don't get a really big, significant pull on that. That's really dangerous because both PEB and Kamala, they still have security clearances. So I think they've known about a lot of things much longer than people realize. 5th house of the sun, Four of Swords. This 5th house of the sun represents the leader of a nation. He is AWOL. He's golfing. He's not around. And he's waiting perhaps to attack and spring something on us. This is a PDB. At the basis of this, the gravitational pull over DC, we have the Five of Swords, going scorched earth. This is the Mafia card, taking everything, none for everybody else. This is all ours. We're going to take it. Third house communications, look at that. There's a new plan, the Three of Wands. There is definitely a plan going on, stuff they've done in the past. Exchange of goods, contracts. This has been in the making. It's been going on. We have the fire element, desire, because who's burning up with desire and wanting to make things happen with his resources? Loser. Loser pentacle. Second house. This is the yod, a certain type of triangle in a horoscope. It is fated. The point of it is staring right at judgment. This guy was judged to lose badly. And now this guy is trying to defend all the assets, power that he has through judgment. With the P-boys, if you reverse this, this is bias. That might apply to them. But this, and then you have like these judgments that they value. You know, everyone rise. This is the ultimate judgment. This is the area that houses extremists. So this is what was in the PDB. I'm going to talk about this yod and make this comment on the fourth video. So the yod, to explain again, in a horoscope, is a very specific type of triangle. It's anchored by 2 points that are 60 degrees apart. At the quarter moon, the moon was 0 degrees Aries. Jupiter, Saturn were 0 degrees Aquarius. There's 30 degrees in each sign, so this is 60 degrees. This is the base of this yod. Exactly in between these two, the base, going straight across, is 0 degrees Virgo. So from here to here, it's 150 degrees. From here to here, it's 150 degrees. There's a type of tension that's going on here that's forcing things to work out that are normally totally unrelated, but by chance, these things get energy, they click, and it's like this blast charges forward with these things coming out, pointing at this. So what we discovered was this yod, and it was very important because the astrology card, when I say astrology, when the astrology says something, I'm talking about these astrology cards that I lay out in addition to the tarot. The card of destiny of a yod came up, which is the driving force of this. This is what gives life to the chart. But if there's a yod here, you better look at how this narrative, these setting conditions are setting off a trigger. So there's a yod here. We determined at the quarter moon this was related to Donald unable to fulfill financial money laundering, ability to take in money, bring it out, and illegal means. Unfulfilled goals, and I forget what that one is. But it's of a financial basis, and he's nearing the end. So this yod right now is pointing to judgments. This PDB that PEB elect got, the P-boys and their crazy defense that Don Julio can no longer hold is being driven by all of these judgments, these cases of offense, and why now I guess Gohmert wants Pence to totally recount the electoral college votes for Don Julio is the latest. That's how severe these judgments are. So in video 3, I was talking about, I discovered another yod. It was a double yod, and it was really, really dangerous. So in video 3, that's where I started connecting this yod now to the timeline of all these astrology cards at all the lunations going back to mid-October when there were protests about ACB. So again, that video 3, all of the energy building for since mid-October with the astrology cards, there's a double yod that was activated from everything we had been through since then. So I know there were some comments about, I don't know how this connects back to Don Holio. Well, it connects back through actually the 3 videos before that, but especially video number 3. I had to break up that video into 2 parts because it was just so long. So as you watch video 4, and I'm talking about it, know that there's a timeline that it's like we're backtracking forensically. What happened and all the craziness we were seeing. We were also seeing how, oh, good, I do have it here. This is it. So we are backtracking. This is October 16th, coming to the present. On what was happening leading up to this yod and why there was so much violence. Well, it's because kind of like this half is Putin's ideas, this half is Donald's ideas, and you can see how things kind of crisscross over time. Well, it's like each event they were facing week by week by week, it's almost like there was a backup plan that was hatched. So like this one, Moon void of course, we have that right now. Donald is not doing his work at all. But it started on Vlad's stub side. And you can see how it travels and is handed off and now is a reality for us. Same for Donald. He thought he was the center of the universe. And you can kind of see this yellow line drop off when he realizes, I'm done. What am I going to do next? That's what video 4 is about. How all these narratives came together, because at the very top of this line here is this quarter moon we just did, okay? This one here is of the same week, but this is in Nashville when the RV arrives, okay? So it's like these top 2 lines are basically the same in this timeline. And so when I first started talking in video 4 about fire and desire, well, we see in Washington, D.C. here at this lunation right now, the fire and the desire in this area of communication, suddenly now is what this RV is all about, its identity in Nashville. I want something to happen. This is what it's all about, and it's happening in Nashville, okay? So then when you look back at fire and where it was handed off, it actually got started on Vlad's side. And it goes here, a shared fire desire. Then all of a sudden it shows up unexpectedly when PEB won. And now they've got to tamp that down. So now it becomes now a secret plan that's dormant for a while. And then it shows up again in December when we have the MAGAs coming out with all their flags, doing stuff, and then it's go time. This is now, we're talking about it, and it shows up here in Nashville. So when you watch video 4, the reason why I'm looking at these things is because you're looking at to see who has the idea, who hands it off, and how it just kind of explodes into our now. It's really, really wow. Okay, so I'm going to end it there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please click like. If you're subscribed, please double check your subscriptions and your notifications. And if you can, share. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, you guys.